what type of continuing education credits that can be beneficial for you as a CRNA in our career? Well, keep watching. My name is Christine. Welcome to a new video. If you're new here and you want to become a CRNA or grow your CRNA career, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss a thing. In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can get a CME, which is continuing education credit as a CRNA, as well as when you're in school as a CRNA student, what are some avenues where you can get continuing education credit to expand your learning and allow you to thrive as a CRNA. So being an experienced CRNA, I feel it's so important to keep up to date on evidence-based practice, as well as keeping up to date on new changes in anesthesia, because anesthesia is constantly changing. There's always new equipment, there's always new type of anesthetic best practices that you can do, and you also don't want to lose that knowledge. You may have that critical thinking skills, you may have a very strong clinical base as a CRNA, but at the same time, you want to be able to be up to date, and practice in the best way and optimize the way and maximize the way you practice as a CRNA. So I feel it's so important. So there are multiple ways you can get some continuing education credit. You can go to a conference. So for example, when I was in school, in CRNA school, I went to the AANA Mid-Year Assembly Conference, which was great because it gave me the perspective of what's going on politically in our profession as CRNAs. So important to be a part of the AANA, be a member, as well as be a member of your local state. Maybe you may be living in New York. It's nice that if you have the opportunity to be a member of the association in your state. When you are AANA member, which is the nurse anesthesia, so the AANA is called the American Association of Nurse Anesthetists. And being a member, like I am, I get free up to 6 credits of these different classes, Class A and Class B, which you will learn when you are practicing as a CRNA. You get 6 free ones, which is great. And also when you are teaching, saying you're in a clinical practice and you're teaching a new CRNA or a CRNA student, now that one clinical day that you teach, you precept a student, is 1 free credit where you use as a Class B credit. So you can teach, if you do teach someone, precept them every single day for 40 days, for example, that's 40 CME credits, which is actually what was required when you do your recertification. Now you have Class A, which are different. A way of getting Class A, if you do your ACLS, BLS, PALS, that also are Class A credits that you can get, as well as doing conferences, like I spoke before about Mid-Year Assembly. But what if you want to go to Hawaii? What about if you want to go to Hawaii or you want to go to Europe? There are a lot of conferences that you have access to where you can stay and do a conference for maybe a week, and you can get maybe 22 to 24 credits depending on what the conference offers, which is great. So you're actually on vacation with your family, but you're also getting continuing education. There's also online opportunities. So an example of that can be current reviews is an option. And with that is an online site where they can mail you journals every week, and you basically read the article and then you answer questions at the end and you send it back to them. And for each article, depending on the topic, it's 1 to 1.5 credits, which is great. Also, another thing you can do is saying, for example, you're doing a review course like Valley Anesthesia or Core Concepts Anesthesia. Those review courses, you can also get CME credit, which is great. Now, being a student, there are a bunch of discounts you can get, because as a student, they actually have a lower amount for the fees for those specific classes. So if you do a class, if you go for a conference, as a student, you will pay a lower amount. If you're a CRNA, you are making a much higher salary, therefore you will pay what is expected for the conference. But it's nice when you go, for me, I prefer going to a conference because I love traveling the world and being with my family, in addition to So there's definitely different avenues where you can get credits. And there are free credits, like I said before, with the ANA website. You get 6 free Class A credits, and the Class B credits are, for example, being a clinical preceptor.